Retirement is supposed to be your time, your chance to finally relax, embrace the life you've worked so hard to build, and enjoy the freedom you've earned. But for many retirees, an unseen challenge threatens that peace. The delicate balance between supporting your children and protecting your own well being. It's natural to want the best for them, to offer love, guidance, and even financial help when needed. But what if I told you that some of the things you give, whether out of love, obligation, or habit, might actually be harming them instead of helping? The truth is, many well meaning parents make choices that not only put their own security at risk, but also unintentionally prevent their children from becoming independent, capable adults. You might think you're making life easier for them, but in reality, you could be fostering dependency, financial strain, and even resentment, both for them and yourself. Buddhist wisdom teaches us the value of balance. And nowhere is that more important than in the way we love and support our family. Love should empower, not enable. Support should guide, not control. Today, we're diving into the 8 critical things you should never give your children after retirement. Things that, if not handled wisely, can lead to unnecessary hardships for everyone involved. Whether it's your finances, your home, or even your emotional energy, knowing what to hold on to is just as important as knowing what to give. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to maintaining both your independence and a strong, healthy relationship with your children. Stick with me because this might just be the most important retirement advice you ever hear. Let's get started. 1. Your unconditional approval, love with wisdom. Love is a powerful force, but even love must have balance. As a parent, it's natural to want to support your children, to cheer them on, and to be their safe place in the world. But there is a fine line between encouraging them and blindly approving everything they do. Unconditional approval, without guidance, accountability, or boundaries, can actually harm your children in the long run. It sends the message that they are always right, even when they are making mistakes. It removes the lessons that come with failure and responsibility, replacing them with entitlement and an inability to self-correct. Buddhist teachings emphasize that true love is not just about warmth and affection, it is also about discipline and guidance. Imagine a tree growing tall without resistance from the wind. Without challenge, without the need to adapt, it becomes weak and topples over in the first storm. The same applies to children. If they are never questioned, never challenged to grow, they will struggle when life inevitably becomes difficult. It is not unkind to let your children face the consequences of their actions. In fact, it is one of the greatest gifts you can give them, the ability to stand on their own 2 feet. You don't need to withhold love to teach wisdom, but you do need to allow them to earn their own success. Approval should be based on their ability to make responsible choices, to learn from failure, and to grow into adults who can navigate the world without relying on you for constant validation. So, love your children deeply, but love them wisely. Teach them that your approval is something they will always have when they act with integrity, responsibility, and kindness, not simply because they expect it. 2. Your home. Protect your sanctuary. Your home is more than just a building. It is your sanctuary, your place of peace, security, and stability. It's where you've built your memories, where you find comfort, and where you should feel safe in retirement. Yet far too many retirees make the mistake of giving away their home to their children, believing it will help them get ahead in life. The problem? Once you give it away, you lose control over one of your most important assets. Some parents sign over their home too soon, trusting that their children will take care of them in return. But life is unpredictable. Financial difficulties, divorce, or even changes in relationships can turn what was meant as a gift into a source of regret. There are too many heartbreaking stories of parents who handed over their house only to find themselves without a place to live when circumstances changed. Retaining ownership of your home isn't about selfishness, it's about security. If you want to help your children, there are other ways to do so without putting your own stability at risk. If they need a place to stay temporarily, offer them a room with clear expectations. If they dream of home ownership, guide them in making wise financial decisions rather than give them a shortcut that may backfire. And if you're considering estate planning, consult a legal expert to structure it in a way that protects you first. Your home represents years of hard work and sacrifice. It should remain under your control for as long as you need it. Giving it away too soon can leave you vulnerable, and in your retirement years, security and independence should be your top priorities. 3. The immediate solution to every problem: teach self-reliance. A parent's instinct is to protect, to shield their children from pain and struggle, but the greatest lessons in life are often learned through hardship. And if you constantly step in to solve every problem, you rob your children of the opportunity to grow. Imagine a butterfly struggling to break free from its cocoon. If someone helps by peeling it open, the butterfly never develops the wing strength it needs to survive. The struggle is necessary. It is what makes flight possible. The same principle applies to your children. When you immediately offer financial help, fix their mistakes, or step in before they have a chance to figure things out, you are not helping them, you are weakening them. Buddhist teachings remind us that suffering is part of growth. Every problem carries a lesson, every challenge an opportunity for self-improvement. Instead of providing instant solutions, encourage your children to think critically. Ask them, what do you think is the best way to handle this? Teach them problem-solving skills rather than handing them answers. This doesn't mean you shouldn't support them, but rather that your support should come in the form of guidance, not dependency. The more you empower them to find their own way, the more capable and confident they will become. Retirement should not mean spending your golden years fixing the problems of grown children. Instead, it should be a time for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor while knowing that your children are strong enough to handle whatever life throws their way. Teach them that their strength is within them, not in what you provide. 4. Your entire identity. You are more than just a parent. For decades, being a parent may have been your most defining role. You spent years raising, nurturing, and providing for your children. But as they grow up and become independent, there comes a time when you must shift focus back to yourself. Too many retirees fall into the trap of making their entire identity about their children and grandchildren, believing that their worth is tied to their role as caregivers. But what happens when your children no longer need you in the same way, when they build their own lives, start their own families, and have responsibilities that don't always include you? If you have nothing left for yourself, you may find retirement filled with loneliness and a lack of purpose. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that attachment can lead to suffering. If you cling too tightly to your identity as a parent, you may struggle when that role changes. The truth is, you are more than just a mother or father. You are a person with dreams, passions, and a lifetime of experiences that deserve to be explored. Now's the time to rediscover what brings you joy. Whether it's traveling, learning a new skill, making new friends, or rekindling old hobbies, your children will respect you more when they see you living a full and independent life rather than making them the center of your existence. And most importantly, when you invest in your own happiness, you set a powerful example for them, showing them that life doesn't end when they leave the nest. So embrace this new chapter with open arms. Love your children, cherish your role as a parent, but never forget to nurture yourself too. 5. Full financial control. Keep your financial independence. Money is one of the most sensitive topics between parents and children, yet it is also one of the most crucial aspects of retirement planning. Many retirees, out of love or convenience, hand over full financial control to their children, whether through joint bank accounts, power of attorney, or direct access to assets. While this may seem like a smart way to simplify decision-making, it comes with significant risks. No matter how much you trust your children, financial dependency can create unintended problems. Your child may have the best intentions, but life is unpredictable. They could mismanage funds, face their own financial struggles, or even fall into situations that lead to your money being used in ways you never intended. In some cases, parents have lost their entire retirement savings because they relinquish control too soon. Even beyond financial risks, giving up control of your money can also take away your sense of autonomy. You worked hard for your wealth. It should remain under your direction for as long as you are capable of making decisions. If you want to involve your children in financial planning, do so with structure and safeguards. Consider consulting a financial advisor who can help you create a plan that ensures your security while allowing for responsible management. Keep separate accounts, establish legal protections, and always maintain visibility over your financial affairs. Money should never be a source of tension between you and your children, but giving up control can create stress, conflict, and vulnerability. Retaining financial independence is not about distrust. It is about protecting your future and ensuring that your retirement remains a time of peace, stability, and security. Never be afraid to keep your finances in your own hands. It is not selfish, it is smart. 6. Unlimited emotional energy to preserve your peace. As a parent, you spent a lifetime being the emotional backbone of your family. Through childhood struggles, teenage angst, and adulthood challenges, you've always been there, offering advice, comfort, and support. But as you enter retirement, your emotional energy becomes more precious than ever. You no longer have the same reserves to absorb stress, fix problems, or take on everyone else's burdens. And yet many retirees fall into the habit of constantly shouldering their children's emotional struggles, whether it's financial troubles, relationship problems, or everyday anxieties. While it's natural to want to help, giving away too much of your emotional energy can leave you drained, anxious, and even resentful. Buddhist wisdom teaches us the importance of boundaries, not as a way to shut people out, but as a way to preserve our own well-being. You are not required to be the constant fixer, the never-ending source of reassurance, or the person who carries everyone's problem. Setting emotional boundaries doesn't mean you love your children any less. It simply means you also love yourself enough to protect your peace. Practice saying no when needed. Offer guidance without taking on the full emotional weight of their struggles. Recognize when their challenges are theirs to solve, not yours. And most importantly, prioritize your own mental health. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Cultivate relationships outside of your children, and allow yourself to embrace a retirement filled with lightness rather than stress. Your children must learn to manage their emotions without relying on you as their emotional crutch. When you set boundaries, you are teaching them to be resilient while also giving yourself the space to truly enjoy this stage of life. You deserve that peace. Don't be afraid to claim it. 7 Pete, the weight of the past. Be a guide, not a burden. Every parent wants to pass down wisdom, to share lessons from their own experiences so their children don't make the same mistakes, but sometimes this well-intended sharing turns into something heavier, a burden of past regrets, fears, or expectations that weigh children down instead of lifting them up. As you enter retirement, it is essential to recognize the difference between offering guidance and imposing the past. Some parents unconsciously project their disappointments onto their children, hoping they will live the dreams they couldn't achieve or avoid the failures they once faced. While lessons from experience are valuable, they should never come at the cost of your children's ability to forge their own path. Your past does not define their future. Buddhist philosophy teaches that holding on to the past too tightly only leads to suffering. If you find yourself frequently saying, "I just don't want you to make the same mistakes I did," or "I sacrificed so much for you," don't waste it. Pause and reflect. Are you truly helping, or are you transferring emotional weight that is not theirs to carry? The best way to guide your children is not by overshadowing them with your history, but by allowing them to learn, grow, and make their own choices. Be a source of encouragement, not pressure. Offer wisdom without expectation. Teach without control. And most importantly, free yourself from the idea that your past failures or struggles must dictate their journey. Retirement should be a time of peace, not a continuation of unresolved emotional baggage. Let go of what no longer serves you, and in doing so, you'll grant both yourself and your children the freedom to live fully and independently. 8, the right to make decisions for you. Maintain control over your life. One of the most crucial yet often overlooked aspects of retirement is maintaining control over your own decisions. As you age, well-meaning children may step in, wanting to make choices for you about your finances, health care, or even your living situation. While their concern may come from a place of love, prematurely surrendering decision-making power can strip you of your independence and dignity. It is important to plan for the future, but it is equally important to ensure that your wishes remain respected. Too many seniors sign over power of attorney, allow their children to dictate their medical care, or move into situations they did not choose simply because they don't want to cause trouble. But your life is still yours. You should have the final say in how you live, where you live, and what happens to your body and mind. That doesn't mean you shouldn't prepare for a time when you may need assistance, but preparation should be on your terms. Set up legal protections that outline your wishes clearly, ensuring that any future decisions reflect your values and desires. Have open conversations with your children about your preferences so that they understand how to support you rather than control you. Most importantly, resist the pressure to surrender control out of guilt or convenience. You are still the author of your own story. Retirement is not an end, it is a new chapter, and it should be written by you, not anyone else. By maintaining control over your life choices, you preserve your dignity, independence, and the peace of mind that you are living exactly as you wish. Your voice matters. Never let it be silenced. Retirement is a time to embrace the life you have built, to find joy in the present, and to create a future that is peaceful and secure. But too often, parents unknowingly make sacrifices that, instead of strengthening their family, lead to unnecessary hardships. The love you have for your children is unquestionable, but love does not mean giving away your independence, your home, or your peace of mind. It does not mean making yourself emotionally exhausted or financially vulnerable for the sake of their comfort. True love empowers. It does not enable. As we've explored today, there are things you should never give your children, no matter how much you care for them. Your unconditional approval, while comforting, can prevent them from developing the discipline and wisdom they need to navigate life. Your home, if given away too soon, can leave you without the security you deserve in your later years. The immediate solutions to their problems, though offered with good intentions, may rob them of the opportunity to grow into resilient, self-sufficient individuals. Your entire identity should never be wrapped solely in being a parent, because you are more than that. You are a person with passions, dreams, and a life that still holds incredible value beyond your role in your children's lives. The same holds true for your finances, your emotional energy, and the weight of your past. Giving your children full financial control may feel like an act of trust, but it is also a risk that could leave you without the resources you need. Carrying their emotional burdens without boundaries can leave you exhausted when you should be finding joy and peace in your retirement. And though your experiences contain invaluable wisdom, they should serve as a guide, not a weight that holds your children back from their own journey. Finally, never give away your right to make decisions about your own life. Retirement is not the time to relinquish control. It is the time to stand firmly in your own choices, ensuring that your future is shaped by your own desires, not just the convenience or expectations of others. So what does this mean for you moving forward? It means making thoughtful decisions that protect both your well-being and your relationship with your children. It means setting boundaries that allow your children to grow while also preserving your independence and dignity. It means embracing retirement as a new chapter, one that is filled with purpose, fulfillment, and personal growth. You have spent a lifetime providing for others. Now's the time to make sure that you are also providing for yourself. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What changes can you make today to ensure that your retirement is truly yours? What boundaries need to be established? What decisions need to be reconsidered? And what aspects of your life need to be reclaimed? The power is in your hands. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This channel is dedicated to helping you navigate retirement with wisdom, peace, and independence. Join our community where we discuss real issues that impact your golden years and find solutions that allow you to live fully and freely. Your best years are still ahead. Make sure they are truly yours to enjoy.